Burn in the lights when you challenge me.
Hey guys, it's Craze. Just wanted to give an update on the Lancer. We're able to get like top 5 for the wormhole so far. A lot of other games I'm kind of messing with, so it's probably as far as I'm going to take it for now, without it taking a lot more grinding. But 182 is pretty high. I mean, that's as you see what everybody else is going to do in the wormhole. Like it's quite high. Show you the few things we've changed since last time was talking about the build. Nothing too crazy. So only big things we've really changed is I kind of use the Majery's belt now. Got a bad crystal on it. Lightning skills don't help us too much. We switched between the lightning build and then the just normal damage. Still don't have a weapon I like more. Drax's pick sticker is pretty good. Storm Fury is like my favorite, mainly just because of that damage reduction proc when I need it. And then you can throw in the Celestials and kind of do an arcane build if you want to. Arcane kind of clears a little bit easier sometimes, but to make up for that, I started using this ninja hook. I know not really like the coolest thing ever, but you use it and you kind of throw on this ring while you're grinding. It shoots the 3 additional casts with it. And you can even throw on the mystery card, but this isn't really needed. So you can just throw the ring on if you want. I was trying out this Lucifer's Crown with it. Eternal Death is still stronger, but this does make everything else do a lot more damage. So if you want just your Lancer to do more damage at the end game build here, you can kind of throw on Lucifer's Crown and then like little things like Ollie's boxing gloves with the extra damage to stun monsters. You pretty much have everything stunned all the time. So that works pretty good. Sand Manipulator's Authority. I mean, I made these earlier in the season for a different character, but they've just been useful for every character I use. The attack speed, everything's been pretty good for him. So that's the gloves I kind of came up with. Storm Fury and Fenrir's Bloodfang I like. I just like the skill movement diminish. Attack speed. On this one, I like all the procs. And if you do go into using like Celestial's Authority instead of Event Horizon, just for arcane damage and whatnot, Storm Fury is pretty good. And then for the Lucifer's Crown, I was trying out Dragon Knight's Flail, and it has 5 sockets and was easy to throw some resistance in. So that's one of the reasons why I was using that. But for the most part, you're going to just kind of do the same thing we were already doing. For grinding, which could kind of be probably the biggest problem you're going to have with the Reflect, the Ninja Hook with the Gargantuan Soul has just been amazing. I'll even show you some clips here of me just going through the dungeon and whatnot. And you can see, like, right at the end of the video here, like, what it's like when you're running through and just kind of, like, chucking out this hook and it just kind of pulling everything into you. Like, if I jump into a random level here. And you're not trying to have things hit you. That's not... The Reflect build doesn't actually need things to hit it. It just needs to get the procs from the Hone defenses and everything up so that you get the higher Reflect damage. And then your aura will kind of tick on everything. As you see when we walk up here, that aura ticks and just kills everything, even before our shields get to them. So, your aura from your shield's the main thing. If you need to, you throw these hooks out. And as you see why we use it, because anywhere you're walking, like right here, we'll just stand here, but if you were just to stand here and just kind of throw them out, they just pull in creatures over and over again to your hook. Sometimes they'll pull the creatures in multiple times, so it takes them a second to get to you. But works pretty well, especially when you're running. And when you run into a dungeon, kind of go up against the walls and whatnot. Not really the coolest, not going to give you, like, extra damage for your character or anything like that. But one thing about having the hooks is, you got to play the character a lot. You got to go level and everything, and this really just helps it. And if you ever decide to kind of go arcane, I mean, the hooks almost kind of kill everything for you with that little setup. And the ring's really cheap, too. So, just wanted to update people with that. Show you, hey... got pretty far in the wormhole, so build works pretty well. Just make sure that you try out a few different things. Shield Slam you're going to throw on whenever you need to, like, right over here. I'll probably switch this up a little bit, so throw the hook over here and Shield Slam here. Shield Slam pretty much has the perma stun, as you see. we hit those creatures, they're just stunned. Anything you hit is pretty much stunned. And that's because in Shield Slam, you got that 50% stun chance on enemies. So might as well take advantage of it and use things like Ollie's boxing gloves to get that extra damage in. Don't get to use these too often, and they're not that bad, honestly. Like, they don't really add too much to the build, so if you find a mythic pair of gloves with some really good damage return and whatnot, use those. But in the meantime, you know, you could use some stuff like this. For none of the builds really changed at all, so I've already gone over that in the other video. The only thing to kind of know if you don't want to go look at that video, stuff like getting Unstoppable Goliath is going to make it so your character isn't able to get damage return or whatnot. Incarnation tree, almost the same as it was. I'm still not sure if this crit is actually working or whatnot for us. So you can spec out of this and kind of go into something else if you want. But other than that, this is kind of going to be the best for the first 100 levels you have for damage return. Kind of rush getting over to this side and getting into these nodes for the extra armor, and then jumping down here and getting the damage return can go off multiple times. Once you get a little bit stronger, start coming over to the Citadel and whatnot, and then once you start doing really hard content, you're going to want to get Blessed Vanguard. Since that 15% damage mitigation, that's damage mitigation. You don't really have very many spots on the tree that give that. So you got it right there. I mean, you got it down here. I mean, you don't got too many places. You got like 30% on the tree over here, on the side of the tree that you can get. I think on the right side, there's one more. But that damage mitigation is on top of your other defensive layers. So if you see right here, portion of damage taken mitigated. So make sure you try to get little things like that, especially since you're getting hit in the face. And for our armor, we ended at about 2756. If I go all out and have the right charm set up and everything, I think I got it to almost 3,000. But yeah, you can expect to get about one of the highest stats you've ever seen. Like, you don't really get other stats to about 3,000 in this game. This is going to be extremely high, and almost all of your other skills scale with it. So as an end result for the build, because some people were asking like, well, is that finished? Yeah. I mean, getting a wormhole like 180 plus and whatnot, that's pretty much a finished build. There's nothing else really to do. So if you want, you can try to push some things a little bit further and try to make these skills a little bit stronger. If you can figure out a way to get Glorious Strike killing and get these armor stacks up, this would increase your damage return a lot. I couldn't really figure that one out. Battle Charge ends up being a lot stronger than you think because you're getting 50% armor conversion. Hone Defenses is always going to be doing damage for you because you're getting that 10%. No, you're getting a 25% damage return. Or 25% conversion of your armor. So because armor is so important and you're stacking so much with this build, your other skills are going to be doing a lot of damage just because of that. And one of the big reasons for that is going to be mainly just you're using Event Horizon. You're getting the 18% armor bonus, and then you're also using Adamant Roamers for that extra 12%. So it's kind of like you almost have like over what like a Toth's necklace would be for like intelligence stackers. Pretty cool stuff. Hopefully that'll help you guys. That'll be the final build for like the Lancer here, for at least the Reflect. Did pretty well. It seems like kill everything. We're just slowly refining little things here and there to make it so that we get everything into our aura faster, make the aura larger, and then also just increase our arcane damage here and there, or physical, whichever way you want to go, and get more armor just so that we increase the other damage of our other skills, get a little bit clearing faster, and then that's about it. One other thing you'll also see in like some of the video clips there is when you put this ring on, you'll actually become a faster teleporter than most of my other teleport characters. As you see, it just casts your teleport over and over again. It makes the teleport a little bit unwieldy, since it's going to be going off over and over again. Like, if you wanted to get to just like this area here, you'd have to like kind of navigate your character and then kind of get into a little nook and cranny. But still, just all sorts of benefits for trying out using the hook here. And then also using the little setup with it. You get this teleport going off quick. It's pretty cool. And the Reflect build really doesn't need a lot of relics. There's stuff you can use, but the increased armor, it's only 30 increased armor. The damage return didn't seem to be a lot of damage return, so you can go ahead and go and get arcane relics and stuff if you want to try out the arcane build stuff. That's kind of what I did, and it makes your ninja hook do more. And then I just went with Magic Mushroom and then the Mario's Pipe. You know, getting extra stats off this. Maybe if you want to go off the Rock Belt, that'd be good too. And then the Mario's Pipe is almost kind of needed. You don't really have a slot for a teleport, unless you're going to use like a Despair Finger or something for the teleport, but you don't really have a spot for a teleport ability. I tried thinking about the helmet, you know, a gateway chest piece or something. Just none of it really works, so it's better just to go with Mario's Pipe. Alright, if anybody has any questions about it or anything, just let me know. But other than that, I think this did pretty good. If the devs decide to fix a few of the things, or at least make the armor conversion better here, I think the build will go through the roof. It'd just be way stronger. And then also make sure that this crit is working. There's no way to really test any of this, so this one you can test, though. If they fix those things, this will be a much stronger build for next season. So, for this season, though, cleared all content and was able to get one of my highest characters in the wormhole and the safest character for doing the Chaos Tower.